Okay, so let's have a look at some a bit more musical sounding examples. We're going to be playing this over a backing track in the key of A minor so that we can use the A minor pentatonic scale we've looked at so far. So here we go with the first example. It's really very basic. I've only got 2 notes per bar and it's just the ascending A minor pentatonic scale. So let me play it for you and afterwards I'll break it down. Okay, so that's very simple. As you see, it's just an ascending A minor pentatonic scale with 2 little twists. The first twist I'm talking about is I'm not playing it in consistent 8th notes like we used to practice it, and I'm not playing it on all downbeats. I'm actually playing the first note on the downbeat, which is 1, and then I'm playing the second note, the following note, following that downbeat, on the and of 2. So I'm actually playing that on an off beat. So then I get a nice contrast. Okay, it sounds like this. 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... So when I get to the higher C, then I just go back a note to A. And then I start the whole thing again. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Now you might have noticed in the example I added a little curl or quarter tone bend every time I played the higher C. That just gives that note a little bit of character. Okay, let me play that example for you one more time. Okay, so the only articulation we used in that example was actually the little bit of a curl, and the other thing I did in there to just make it a little bit more interesting rhythmically was to put the second note in every bar on an off beat, which would be the and of 2. So let's look at using hammer-ons only to play that same example, and let me play it for you once and then I'll break it down. Okay, as you can hear, I'm playing exactly the same notes as that first example, except I'm hammering into the note every time, and I'm hammering into the note from the previous note in the scale. Now we're just going to look at some things we haven't checked out before. We haven't looked at the pattern that comes before this shape. We haven't looked at that yet, but I threw in a couple of those anyway so that you can get the hang of playing outside the shape. You don't always have to stay in one shape, you can actually play all across the neck. So the first note obviously is A, but I'm going to hammer onto that from 3. Okay, and then my second note is C, but I'm going to hammer onto that from A, 5 to 8. Then C to D, 3 to 5, and 5 to 7. So essentially I'm still playing 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Only thing is I'm phrasing it differently using hammer-ons. Okay, and then I carry on. And then I go from 5 to 7 again, 7 to 10, 5 to 7, 7 to 9, 5 to 8, 8 to 10, 5 to 8, 8 to 10. So just follow the tab. We've done enough of the stuff before so that you can get the hang of that. That's all it is, just hammering onto the note from the note before.